So we're still in the canal. Not sure what that is. Some sort of water pumping station that's pumping water out into the canal. I don't know if it's a pump lift station or I don't know. It's interesting though. A lot of water being pumped out of there. And we just continue to march on down. There's the lock and dam, and they'll be ready to take us through in about 30 minutes. So, yeah, going good. So we are in the final lock of the day. We are in lock 27. We're the only one here, so we're gonna float. And I think they're raising the gate. Yep, they're raising the gate for us. So should be a very quick deal to get down. Got about 27 miles to go after this lock, and then we'll be down to where we're going to spend the night. So should get in there about 3:30 or 4. So I am super excited right now. We just got through the last lock and dam of the morning, or of today, and we are just pulling into the outskirts of downtown St. Louis. I got my first view of the arch. We'll be filming all of that and showing it to you. It remains highly industrialized down here. Nowhere for pleasure craft to pull off or do anything like that. Even if we wanted to go to the top of the arch, there's nowhere to stop with a boat. So we're gonna film it as we drive on through, but man, I am so excited to see the arch after all these years from the water. Just super cool. So yeah, we just came through the lock and dam. As I said, you know, remains really industrial all the way around here. But up in front of us, you will be able to see in just a second. Oh yeah, there it is. So you can see just the top of the arch right there. We'll obviously get better pictures of it. We're at kind of a strange angle right now, but just pulling into the outskirts of downtown St. Louis and looking forward to sharing all of that with you. So Heather's taking pictures for the Facebook page, and now you've got a great view of coming into downtown St. Louis, the arch and the stadium. So super excited. It's not all that scenic, but when we cross over by the arch, it'll be just terrific.
So if you can see this bridge right here, I'm zooming in on it. That is the bridge that Bob and I have been going over multiple times, driving from Minnesota to Florida. Usually we're going over it at night and it's all lit up. But it's awesome to see the arch from this perspective on the water than being on the road.
So I always kind of knew St. Louis was, it could be pretty rough. But down here at the riverfront, there's a lot of dilapidated buildings and nothing that looks all that great. That's an old electric company that's running down. There's the arch. We're gonna get ready to go by the arch and we'll film all of that. But remains highly industrialized. There's nowhere for pleasure craft to stop. That's really quite the eyesore. Ugh. A lot of graffiti. Yep, some really rundown areas here. All right, well, I'll take another picture of the arch when we get close to it. All right, getting closer. Still, I mean, there's so much opportunity for it to not be so tagged and graffitied and looking like crap, but it does. What do you do? You can tell how low the river is. You know, that water usually is up to there, so the river is very low. But we're getting ready to pass by the arch. Sorry for the shakiness. Heather's on the front of the boat. She's taking pictures for Facebook. We've been up the arch with the kids twice, and I've been up it 2 additional times over the years, so there's nowhere really to stop to go do it. It would be fun to be able to go up that, but really no opportunities to go over the arch today. But it is just so personally exciting for me. I've always dreamed about taking the boat down south, and this is just such an iconic landmark to be able to pass. You know, the monument, gateway to the west, and we're going, you know, on the river, and just fabulous. All right, got some great views here, going through downtown St. Louis and passing by the arch. Just, again, for me personally, it's breathtaking. I absolutely just love it. One last look of the St. Louis Arch. Just the perfect view. Perfect view going downriver. And we are continuing on to Kimmswick, Missouri. We'll stay at Hoppy's Marina tonight, and we'll show you that when we get there. We got about 27 miles, or about 3 hours. Everything looks good on the fuel, or the engine and pressures. That all looks great. Today's fuel economy, we filled up at the last marina, it took 35 gallons. We've averaged 2.8 gallons per hour, 2.8 miles per gallon. Right now we're doing much better than that. We picked up a lot of current here in St. Louis. So we're doing almost 4 miles to the gallon, so that's awesome. At this speed, we've got a 1,326 mile range, so no worries about fuel. Everything looks really good. If we look at, this is the other view on my monitor I usually keep on. It's the sonar view of the bottom of the river, so I can see if there's any wing dams or anything that I need to be concerned about, and then chart plotters. So everything looks great, and we are excited to keep going. All right, well, we are probably 15, 17 miles south of St. Louis now. So that's kind of interesting. That's a 1,600 ton barge about 100 feet up the shore. So at some point this spring, it must have flooded pretty heavily down here. But the river just is flat. Still remains pretty industrial. Not a whole lot to see. It's relatively boring. We've got an oncoming barge coming up here. We've got about 10 miles to where we're going to stay tonight. Heather, any impressions?
Right now, like you said, it's boring, but I still think that the arch was amazing. I think it was about...
Super cool.
I think it was about 10 years ago that Ashley and Spencer were with us, and we went on top of the arch. So it's neat that we were at one point on the very tippy top of the arch, and then now our perspective is down in the water. Very cool.
Yep, those perspectives that was pretty cool to see. So I think this will probably be a 2-part video today. We've been taking a lot of footage. We'll take a little bit more footage when we roll into where we're going to stay tonight. Like I said earlier, you know, day 7 days of boating with 1 day of rest, all the way down from southeast Minnesota through St. Louis. Not bad. And we boated long days, but we didn't go super fast, and so it's, you know, 1 full week to get down there. Not too bad. Where we're going to stay tonight, Hoppy's Marina. It's iconic, as I said before. So we'll show you what it is. It's not much, but it is something. And so we're looking forward to meeting, what's her name, Marge? Who's the lady? Not Marge?
Marge is from The Simpsons.
Oh. Well, I was going to say Marge Barge, but it's not Marge.
Oh my gosh, I don't think it's, I know it's not Marge. I don't know.
They don't list the name in Quinby's?
Maybe it's Fern.
Vern. Vern?
No, Fern.
Fern?
F-E-R-N.
Fern. Could be Fern.
It is Fern.
Fern.
I'm looking at
Fern is an 80-year-old little old woman in tennis shoes that owns Hoppies, and she gives great loopers great advice about the river. So we're looking forward to meeting Fern. I've read about her for years about this trip, so that'll be fun. We'll probably do one more short couple of segments, and then we'll wrap up today's day 8 video. Talk to y'all later. Well, today is a day of firsts. St. Louis Arch, all new boating areas. For those that boat on the Mississippi, this is the longest tow I've ever seen in my entire life. The longest we ever get up in Minnesota where we boat is 6. There we go. 3 barges, and then the tow that they have to break apart in a lock twice. This tow is 7 barges long with a towboat. That's the longest barge I've ever seen. May not seem impressive to most people, but having boat on the Mississippi River most of my life, tows are getting a lot longer down here. I am amazed. We're about 4 or 5 miles out from our stop tonight. Should all be good. We'll be calling the marina here in about 10 minutes to check in with them and see where they want us to go. But we'll film a little bit more and a little bit later. So we made it.
Hey, we made it.
We are at
Hoppies.
Hoppies. What do you think?
Well, it is what it is. We have electricity.
We have electricity. That is a huge bonus.
That is good. So the lady that owns the place, Fern, we were just told that she's recovering from a stroke and is in a wheelchair. So sounds like we will not meet her, but her son-in-law, did you catch his name?
He interviewed Gary, I think. I can't remember his name. I forgot already.
But he's a super nice guy. Gave us already some tips of what to do when we head south tomorrow. But it's nothing special. It's a place to tie up. We're tied up to a barge.
I'll show it to you. I'll do a quick walk around the back and kind of show you what it is.
I just want to say the reason that you stop here is because this is like the only place to stop. Because Paducah is 200 miles away from here.
Right. And from here to Paducah, it's only anchoring out. So this was like the last stop, and Fern is kind of well known in this area to give out river advice, where to anchor, where not to anchor, things like that. So tomorrow will be a long day. We'll go 110 miles to what's called Diversion Canal, Little Diversion, I think, and we'll be anchoring out there tomorrow night. And then the next day we'll do 95 miles and get to Paducah. So from here to Paducah is over 200 miles, and this is really the last stop to chill out and kind of get your rest plan together. So that's the plan, and we'll get some stuff done here on the boat. I'm gonna start putting this video together for day 8. We've got pretty good internet service here.
Are you gonna do part 1, part 2?
I don't know. I'm going to see how many minutes of footage we have. Maybe have to do that. And then depending on kind of what strikes us, we may walk into Kimmswick. It's about a 10 or 15 minute walk from here. Little tiny town with some shops, I guess. We'll see whether or not we run up there.
And
it's only
2:30.
Yeah,
super early.
About 2:15 we got in. The river's flowing pretty quick down here. There's no more locks on the Mississippi all the way down to New Orleans, so the river picks up. Excuse me, that's not COVID either. The river picks up its speed here much more than it did when it was being controlled by locks and dams. So just going at our normal 1300 RPMs, we were averaging 12.5, 12.7 miles an hour, where north of the dams or upriver from the dams, we were lucky to get 10.5. So we've gained about 2 miles an hour. Going at that speed tomorrow will be about a 9-hour day. So we'll get up early, about 5:45, push off about no later than 6:30 and get going, heading south. And yeah, everything looks good. Boat performed well today. We're full on fuel, so no worries about that. All right, well, this video will wrap up day 8.
Gotta show them a picture of.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk around and show you Hoppies, and then that'll conclude day 8 video. All right, we'll talk to you guys all tomorrow.
Bye.
Yep, so this this is Hoppies. I said I would show it to you. You can see some of the damage they had from, I thought it was from floods last year, but the gentleman who helped us get in here said a year and a half ago, the winter, the ice flows were so bad coming out down the river that it actually sunk and penetrated 2 of their barges, which are steel hull barges, and sunk them. They're up on the shore. They're going to be repairing them, but you can see just a small shack. There's some tables and chairs in there. There's nothing to drink, nothing to do. The stop here, like we said, it's a rest stop, and it was really to be able to talk to Fern. Fern lives up here and there. She's in a wheelchair, but to talk to Fern and get river knowledge. So that's Hoppies, and we will be pushing on down south tomorrow.